Okay, so we did our jacket body already, but we definitely want to take care of the sleeve. So this is my sleeve that's been adapted. This is my jacket foundation sloper sleeve. And I love this version. I know girl math is trending on the internet. This is the definition of it. It is brilliant. So super cool. It allows you not to have to like cut and paste anything. It's more of a trace method. So we want to take these underarm points and bring them dead center here at the bicep line. And don't worry about what the rest of the sleeve down here is doing, elbow and hemline. Don't worry about it. Our focus is right here at the bicep. I'm going to show you guys why I love this so much. So you want to trace off the shape of the underarm here so that when you unfold this, you automatically have that shape already traced off. Again, no cutting, no pasting. So straightforward. Very small adjustments from here. So our goal from this is to get an upper sleeve and an under sleeve. We want a two-piece sleeve. And it's your guys' right to choose if you wanted to keep that elbow dart or do a straight sleeve. I've got kind of a pitch here because I had kept that elbow dart shape when I did my jacket foundation sloper. But here's where the math really comes into play, is you want to bump out from this center point, and what you bump out, that number you want to take in from this undersleeve here. So of course there's ratios to everything. You do want to taper it because, I mean, if you think about bicep to hem, like even if our biceps tend to get bigger, a lot of the time our wrists themselves don't change drastically. So the magic numbers for this is going to be 1 1/4 inches, 1 3/4 inches. So it tapers down by 1/4 inch each like division here, but know that that is again on both sides. So all right, I'm going to fake it with my mini scale and do 3/8. I shouldn't even be saying these numbers out loud because you guys are going to be working on the full scale. Whoopsie daisy. Okay. And then you want to connect these lines. And then bring them all the way up to our underarm shaping here that we've traced off. So you do want to extend those lines up, even though we did not necessarily measure at that point. We just measured at the bicep line, but just extend straight what feels naturally from where you're moving from elbow to bicep. So again, let me just write this clearly. 1 1/4, 1 inch adjustment, and 3/4 inch adjustment here. So from what we have added here, we're going to take from the underarm, and I hope this will make a heck of a lot of sense here soon. Okay. So now, let's see if I can shape this in a way that makes sense. This is now just garbage. Like, we have taken it off. It doesn't even equate to our sleeve pattern itself anymore. If it is distracting you, you can absolutely cut this off. But hopefully you can see around it as a designer. But this shape here is our upper sleeve. So let's just shade that all in. So upper sleeve, include the sleeve cap, like this is the upper sleeve. For that under sleeve, it is this portion. So you could see here, if you were to cut and paste, boom, it would happen same way, but this way is so much more pleasant. And then it is just tracing. So you're gonna have your upper sleeve and undersleeve, and I'll just go ahead and give you my sneak preview, what we've got here. So that's what it would look like when you're done. So here's my upper, and then just to give you guys a good visual, because I don't want this to be so confusing. Is your under here. So super cool. I do want to talk about adding a side vent at the under, or at your sleeve. This hits at the back, so I draw it where my elbow is, because that's where you're bending, that's where you want just a little more movement and freedom. So my sleeve vents here are 3.5 inches, and that's from the original hemline up. So 3.5 inches in height, 1 inch in width, and then 1.5 inch hemline here. So the hem that I've got at my sleeves matches what I have on my body. The depth I have here, like this actual vent width, is lesser than what I've got on the back body that we talked about Tuesday. And that, again, all it has to do with is your actual button width. So typically the buttons along your sleeve are definitely smaller than what you have at center front body. So it's just something to consider when you're drafting this. If you wanted a very formal suit, say you want 4 or 5 buttons that spread up the span of this vent, just consider all options there and make any adjustments you need. But like I said, mine's 3.5 inches in height, 1 inch in width, with a 1.5 inch hem. And they will mirror each other entirely, where your notches meet up at your elbow point so that you can sew them together.